Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Shop with confidence and save big on appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Plus, with Ready Finance, shop today and pay later. No fine print and no tricks. Only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
My name is Roycelyn Terrence and I've been riding for 17 years. What I enjoy most about riding, the adrenaline rush that comes with it. One of the reasons I believe that bikers get into accidents, you get so caught up in enjoying riding that you don't remember that it's not only you on the road. A couple years ago, I was in a bike accident, could have lost my life, but luckily for me, I had this helmet. This is what saved my life, and this is why I'm here with you today to share this testimonial. I'm telling you to stay safe, be vigilant, and wear your helmet.
Feel the thunder of the pitch, the roar of the crowd, and witness the rising of our nation. St. Lucia, this is the Semi-Professional Football League Season 2. 2 epic tournaments, 143 electrifying matches, 10 venues, 1 island, 1 heartbeat. From June to December 2025, 20 district football leagues will face off. Every match is a battle, every goal is a statement, and every fan is part of the legacy. Who will rise to victory? Play your schedule and be part of history. Visit semiprofootballleague.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for full match fixtures, live coverage, updates, and behind-the-scenes access. This is our season where passion lives and purpose leads.
This is a beautiful game and this is what we love.
St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League.
Leveraging football to transform lives.
Dream big, make it your own. Home Sweet gets you any style of home. Be yourself saying Home Sweet Home with a Home Sweet mortgage. You are number one. Home Sweet, Home Quest, Home Flex, Home Switch. See that new home, we get it. Home Sweet, Home Quest, Home Flex, Home Switch. Act now and you won't regret it. POSL. Bank of St. Lucia's enhanced Home Sweet mortgages are designed around you. Home Flex, a home equity line of credit. Home Quest, for professionals building new dreams. And Home Switch, time to bring your mortgage home to us. Home Sweet mortgages, make it your own. Home Sweet, Home Quest, Home Flex, Home Switch. Need a new home, we get it. POSL. For more information, call 456-6999 or go to bankofstlucia.com. POSL.
In the heart of every community lies a dream waiting to come true as a journey begins. We dribble through life's hurdles, breaking down its barriers, looking beyond the horizon. Lessons are learned, friendships are forged, and strength is birthed from within. Beyond tactics and goals, we strive as a team. With discipline and perseverance, we advance. Through every kick, stumble, and victory, our lives are changing, and together we rise.
It's not just a game. Football is our life.
The St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League, leveraging football to transform lives.
Welcome back to the iconic Mindu Phillip Park for Game 2 of this doubleheader in the Premier Division of the Semi-Pro Football League. Elijah Williams alongside my trusty comrade, the critic.
Of course, Eli, game number 2 of the evening. Another intriguing encounter in the Semi-Pro League. Central Castries versus SOUFRIERE. I think earlier in our exchange in the first game you mentioned that both teams would have been a little disappointed not to jostle their way in a better finishing position in the table last season. But this is what season 2 brings. It brings you a chance to correct the wrong.
Definitely, and we'll see some changes, particularly in the management of the CASTRIES team from last season. Of course, CASTRIES went unbeaten the entire tournament until they came up against the Clary in that grand final. So very curious to see how they will outfit themselves for season 2.
And of course, in the roster, in the lineup, is a very interesting name, a good friend of mine, Pernal Williams. Of course, former national player, one who can impose himself physically in the game. Comes in for loads of experience as well. Exploits over in Martinique. Exploits over in the New York League as well. So he comes in for a wealth of experience. Let's see if he can filter that experience onto the outfit of Central Castries. And Eli, you also spoke of last season where SOUFRIERE had majority of the exploits at home. So now they made the trip across to the Mindu Phillip Park. Let's see how they can fare away from home.
And much like Dennery, they've gone from turf to grass at the Mindu Phillip Park. Let me just quickly run through the team news there. Central Castries in goal. Number 1, Aaron Daniel. Number 3, the left back, Todd Modest. In central defense, and the captain, Emery Edward. Number 13. Number 4, Benarero Wellington. At right back, number 2, Giovanni Saltabas. In midfield, Pernal Williams. Wearing the number 10. Number 8 is Anthony Christopher. Zachary Leriche is in the attacking midfield booth, whereas number 9 on the left flank, Nathan Lamontine. Number 15 is striker Jamal Wilfred. Unfortunate for him, got a red card in the final after scoring the go-ahead goal for Central Castries. And of course, on the right flank is number 6, Shaquan Nelson. For the SOUFRIERE team in goal, number 1, Cleonte Alce. At right back, number 14, Kurt Calix. At centre back, number 16, John Gaston. Number 17, Wendell Joseph. A very silky central defender. Wearing number 17. Jardel Cyril, number 6, the left back. And midfield, number 15, Anthony Herman. His midfield partner, Jordan Henry, wearing number 3. Inanko Sylvester, normally on the flank, going down the middle this time for SOUFRIERE. Donning the number 18 on the left wing, Lee John, very familiar name, donning the number 10. Winans Bradley, the number 9, is the central striker. And Shamar Simon, number 7, flanks him to the right. Liam Francis is the head coach for SOUFRIERE, and Manasseh Edward is the head coach for Central Castries.
2 well put together outfits for this year's campaign. Let's see if they can hit the ground running. That's what you want when you play your first fixture. Get off to a very good start. See the man in the middle calling on the skippers of both teams. Let's have a little chat with them. Seems to be a little technical issue, Eli. Maybe there's delay in the start a bit.
Players will profit the opportunity to Stay loose.
I see. Okay, I think that hit me a bit. I was saying that the both goalkeepers were wearing similar colors, so it seems that they're asking the goalkeeper from the SOUFRIERE team to make a change in terms of the top.
Because the officials don't want any confusion on the pitch.
Any mix-up?
We too, as the commentary team, would not like any mix-up either.
Yeah. We have our outfit, no mix-up with us. The only difference is they refer to us as the dread and the ball head. Was that a band or something in Antigua or something like that? Dread and the ball head, man. And that seems to have been rectified. I want to see.
Start there a little bit.
Yeah, I want to see what this Central Castries team can show me this evening. Likewise, SOUFRIERE. The folks down in SOUFRIERE enjoy their football. They want to see their team do well, and we're off.
Yeah, you made mention of Central Castries. Oddly enough, the entire coaching staff is changed this season after they would have been promoted, winning Tier 2 some 2 years ago, getting into Tier 1, which effectively is the premier division of the semi-pro league last season, going undefeated up until that final. But they saw the need to change up things at the helm, so brand new coaching staff for this Central Castries outfit. We mentioned of Manasseh Edward. He was the assistant coach 2 years ago during that Division 2 promotion. He subsequently moved to South Castries as the technical director, and he came back this season to be the head coach. So it's his first year in charge of the team. Diva Melius is now the assistant coach. He's a previous head coach of the Castries senior team. That's a little over 5 years ago. So if you want to say some of the old guard for Central Castries coming back to marshal the troops.
So which means that we have new philosophy. Have to try to rejuvenate those players. You bring in new belief. Let them buy into the system that they're going to be playing under new management. A lot of information, new information to take in. So let's see what they can provide on the pitch. Meantime, it is possession to the SOUFRIERE team. All going across to the left side.
Well, there's definitely a change in formation for the Central Castries team, as you made mention of, a new philosophy. They've gone from a 3-5-2 system last season, and they've gone to a 4-3-3, a traditional 4 at the back.
Which means that you solidify in defense. Another attempted big switch there by SOUFRIERE keeping possession. Free kick to SOUFRIERE, interesting. SOUFRIERE have some pillars in there.
Interestingly enough, it's the centre-back Wendell Joseph going to take the free kick. Normally from that angle, you would have think Jardel Cyril, the left-back, cultured left-footer, would have taken that sort of out-swinging.
Yes. I guess
ball.
it's early days in the contest. We don't want to stretch those hammies just yet. It's early days. I think from what I'm seeing, Eli, I just wish a little more concentration in terms of the free kicks. Free kicks are a weapon in football. It's a goal scoring opportunity. A little more can be done in terms of how they take the free kicks.
Well, I think previously people have always made note that Cyril takes a lot of the free kicks, Jardel Cyril that is, but he's the tallest player on the pitch.
It should be the other way around. Somebody else could get in there and put that ball on his head. But so far, good exchange there for SOUFRIERE, keeping good possession. There's a searching pass towards the flank. A bit of control there. Still in possession by SOUFRIERE.
That's Lee John there, who just saw some nifty footwork off the left flank for SOUFRIERE, the number 10.
Committing that foul right in front of the official, man in the middle. Almost injuring himself a bit. He may just need some attention.
Let me just shout out some of the folks down in SOUFRIERE. Michelle, good evening. They're watching via the live stream.
Let me shout out Miss Claire Alfred down in SOUFRIERE as well.
And it is in fact Jardel Henry and not Cyril. So correction there.
Let's see if he can continue, but I see he gave the signal that he needs to change. It seems that he just is that area just behind the knee, Eli. Too early to put in such a tackle. So he has to be replaced. A tweak in the system, a tweak in personnel. What comes across?
Jardel Henry there.
Donald Williams through ball.
Central CASTRIES on the break there, and that was just scoopered there by.
It's well done that pass. You know, Eli, sometimes you don't have to control that football to make that pass. In his continuous run, could probably just slip in a one-touch pass. He may just missed it a bit.
See SOUFRIERE into the box there now. You can hear them screaming, no foul, no foul, from the Central CASTRIES player. And SOUFRIERE again winning the ball back quickly. Ball across there to Shoma Simon. Loses out just there. Ball cleared by Todd Modest of Central CASTRIES.
That looks like he's been working out at the gym. He was number 3, but he looks like a 6th. stout player, strong player, tackles very hard as well. So here's a substitution.
Are you saying Tad is a tad bit stocky?
Yes, indeed. But so far, we see that the SOUFRIERE team quite comfortable on the football. There's an interception there by Central CASTRIES.
Anthony Christopher, the number 8, being substituted by Rivaldo Shalmine, number 7.
Ball go out the touch. It should be a throw-in for SOUFRIERE.
Yes, indeed. Jardel Henry.
Long throw.
Dealt with by Emery Edward, the captain of Central.
Good spread by SOUFRIERE, keeping possession.
Very good football there by SOUFRIERE. Into the box.
Very encouraging there by the SOUFRIERE team. Good build-up, good patience.
Anthony Herman for SOUFRIERE, the number 15, making a foray into the Central CASTRIES box. Unable to make much of it.
Central CASTRIES is now trying to slow it down. And if you keep on hearing, Eli, that players sending out information to one another saying that no foul, no foul. You know the game has changed quite a bit. Despite football being a contact sport, but at least so good instructions there all around. Crowd have picked up a bit, Eli, especially in what used to be called the Rude Boy stands.
Yeah, Central CASTRIES may have got a few fans in here to cheer them on. SOUFRIERE may have also traveled with a few fans as well. Namco Sylvester on the ball there.
Switching, raking pass, not bad at all. Good intention.
Looks like Shaquan Nelson has been deployed onto the right flank. You know, he plays centrally. Played centrally at the under 20 level. Played centrally last season as well, and also with the senior national team. So that's interesting. We see him continuously drifting into the center of the pitch. Let's see how that develops. SOUFRIERE drawing a foul there. Sherman Simon. Immediately, you're going to hear Aaron Daniel calling for 2 in the wall.
You need that, of course. Again, good height. Emery has good height at the back there as well. He should be marshalling his troops at the back. SOUFRIERE is employing a right footer, so we looking for an outswinger. See if the wall can serve its purpose, Eli. Helps as well.
Inanko Sylvester, I think it is over the ball. You know his nickname, Critic?
Which player?
Inanko Sylvester for SOUFRIERE?
No.
That's Father Bye.
Father Bye?
Don't ask me why. But it's Father Bye.
Interesting. Ball comes across, keeper just handles it very well. Father Bye. Wow. Just a very interesting nickname. Until CASTRIES making their way upfield. Good skill. Searching pass.
Much like the first encounter, I don't think any team has been able to sort of get a foothold. You may say that SOUFRIERE is slightly at the better of the exchanges thus far because they've been into the penalty area of Central CASTRIES on a couple of occasions.
Yeah, correct. No team has really stamped the authority on this game just yet. Still early times, nervous energy employed all across the pitch. I want to ask a question. The number 9 for Central CASTRIES, did he play for Leclerc last season? If you could help me out here, Eli.
The number 9 for Central CASTRIES is Zachary Larish.
No?
Not certain, you know.
Loads of instructions and in this start all across the pitch.
Of course, moving from Central CASTRIES to Leclerc or vice versa is almost treason. Almost seen sort of as the noisy neighbors.
Doesn't really happen that often because, but the semi-pro offers you this. It's like moving from Manchester City to Manchester United. Very rare it happens. But let's see who's going to bring their influence into this.
Central CASTRIES looking to control the game.
Searching pass there by Pernal, but ball goes out of touch.
Yeah, Nathan Lamontine, the intended recipient, not hugging the touchline. A little too much infield.
There's a shot blocked there by the defender. Free kick there for Central CASTRIES towards the river end. Provide some good service. I mentioned earlier that the centre backs are wired differently and different individuals. Let's see if Emery can get towards the end of this one. Puts across. No one able to just tap it home. But clearly that was the intention. Far pole. Ball onto Emery's head and just sort of putting it back into the area. But no one was alert. A player down needing some medical attention.
Getting quite a few messages there saying it's Jardel Phillip is the name of the player. The team sheet though says Jardel Henry. We're not sure if an error has been made there. But for purposes of the broadcast, I'll call him Jardel Henry. It's on the official sheet.
You know, the viewers, who knows, maybe might be working at the registry, like. Just might be. I'll stick with just Jardel. Back to on-field action.
Long throw in there.
Again, Emery trying to flick on this one. Ball came back to him, however. See why he's a central defender.
I was about to say.
Yeah. Snapped at it.
Was a pretty good clearance.
Good take there.
Lee John again showing some nifty footwork. The final product is probably what's lacking a little bit. Sylvester on the ball. Ball lost there. Central Castries recovering. Bernal William, with all his experience, just fending off the SOUFRIERE player there. Keeping possession for Central Castries.
Changing the tempo of the game as well. That's the second time he has attempted this pass. I think he goes by the nickname of Worms. Second attempt. Not able to pull it through. A little frustrated with himself, knowing that he can do better. Keeping possession, going all the way back. Heavy touch on this one. Throw in for Masha.
So far it's been an interesting encounter. Nothing really to write home about just yet. But interesting.
Interesting pass there. However, the teammate being caught offside. Very interesting between the two. Both teams still jostling for position and jostling for control of the encounter.
Last year we saw Central Castries really control a lot of the games that they played. played in a very methodical manner, very slow, intentional build-up. Still seeing glimpses of that in this team.
Seems to be the DNA of the Central Castries setup, despite you have some new coaches coming in there. But again, we have to give them the benefit of the doubt. It's their first encounter for the season, so we can't really read into it just yet too much. I guess we know teams have a slow start. They get into gear, about 5 games there, about then you get to see the true semblance of what they're trying to portray. But so far, like you just mentioned, Eli, it seems to be very, methodical.
Williams on the ball there. Good ball across. Separated out to a corner. It's a double round robin this time around, Critic.
A lot of football to be played.
So a lot of football to be played. So this time around, 5 games into the season last year would have been halfway through, through the league phase.
Yeah.
This time it's a quarter way through. So enough time for teams to catch themselves, to feel their way, to play their way into the season.
Should be a foul right there. Foul on the goalkeeper. Also interesting too, Eli, is the mid-mention of various venues across the island. That in itself should be, players can look for it as well. Spectators should be looking forward to this as well.
Yeah, several venues, 10 venues as a matter of fact. The Mindo Philip Park that we're here right now, the Grosley Mini Stadium, SOUFRIERE Mini Stadium, the Philip Marsley Grounds, the Dennery Playing Field, Harry Shoes Playing Field, Canries Playing Field, the Miku Playing Field, Deriso Playing Field, and the SLFA Technical Center.
Loads of venues. So we will be in everybody's neck of the woods. Just keep your eyes and ears peeled to social media. Check out the Semi-Pro Facebook page for various updates and fixtures. Meantime, I'll read down the left side. Good interception there by Emery. Again, Penal showing his experience, just keeping the tempo of the game. There's a through ball. However, just been caught offside. Again, we see what you just mentioned of Eli. Slow little build-up, catching the SOUFRIERE team off a bit and slipping a through ball. However, the attacker was caught offside.
Yeah, keeping an eye on the SOUFRIERE goalkeeper, Cleonte Alce. He's not the biggest in terms of stature. Saw him rushing out there. Referee's whistle sort of made what looked like would have been a very interesting encounter with goalkeeper and attacker come to nothing, but let's keep an eye on that.
Sure.
Central Castries is just sort of growing into the game now. A Critic having a little bit more possession. So we see Penal shepherding out the SOUFRIERE player there. Central Castries making a foray into the box there of SOUFRIERE. Ball across. Nothing doing there.
Very good shot, good save as well. Good all-around football. A little more strength, but however, the Central Castries team was able to recover.
Well, Sylvester would have felt like he should have done better
Yes.
to take that ball into his stride. He was into the box. Albeit at a slight angle, you would think that Aaron Daniel would have had his ankles covered. But Nonetheless, you would want to test the goalkeeper in a scenario like that.
Sure bet is a throw-in. Throw-in to SOUFRIERE. That's a foul right there, Emery. Putting a little too much on it. You'd have heard the instructions saying he's at your back. And Emery should have done better, but to know that the attacker is going away, just basically buy some time till your defenders regroup.
Aaron Daniel voted the best goalkeeper in the Premier Division last season.
Yes, indeed. He did have a very good season. Certainly, you want to build on that. And how you build on that is on clean sheets. Clean sheets, good delivery, good shot stopping. All around play as a goalkeeper. So certainly he has something to work on to continue in good stead. But indeed, he did have a good season in the inaugural season of the semi-pro league.
I think he would have saved 3 penalties during last season, helping his team to an unbeaten record up until that final. We're playing that high line and the offside trap.
Yeah, it's a matter of time before the number 14 for Central CASTRIES just needs to look around him, Eli, before attempting those runs. I think he's been called offside about on 3 occasions.
That's Jamal Wilfred.
Jamal Wilfred is the name. Seems to be a very speedy candidate. Just needs to time it properly. He'll be all right.
Lee John getting clattered there.
He'll be all right. He'll be all right. Remember,
very tricky customer for SOUFRIERE so far.
He'll be all right. Where's the number 10? Yeah. We see the 2 dead ball specialists for SOUFRIERE having a little chat.
Jordan Henry wearing the captain's armband, the number 3 for SOUFRIERE. It looks like it's the left back Jardel Henry for shot on target from a very acute angle. Caught me off guard, but didn't catch Aaron Daniel off guard, luckily for Central CASTRIES.
Very good passage of football, good shot, good save by goalkeeper. Goalkeeper was able to keep focus, keep good concentration, and getting both hands on it in terms of making the save, fending it off, and not fending it off in direction of the 6-side area, but out of the area, so nobody was able to get a chance to have a snapshot at him.
Well, you say fend off, I prefer to use the word parry.
I see what you did. I see what you did. Another free kick from another area. SOUFRIERE showing that they can hit the ball from outside. This one should be very interesting, Eli. Good take there by Aaron again.
You think at any point in time the CEO of semi-pro football played in goal? How would he come about to get the nickname Parry?
Interesting enough. I might have to research this one. That's how he's called, Parry. Yeah, that's played against him when I was growing up. Good player. But you gave me some research. I'll get back to you on this one.
Sylvester to take the corner, but the SOUFRIERE player is down. It appears to be Wendell Joseph from my vantage point. Let's see if we can probably get some sort of a replay.
The referee need to take control of this one. The SOUFRIERE
Joseph is down clutching his chest. So not sure exactly what would have transpired there.
Seems to be getting very feisty between the two Eli, SOUFRIERE and Central Castries. The player is back up.
Looks like there's an accusation of an elbow being thrown there. Not sure exactly what's happening. But it's a corner now to SOUFRIERE, and Nanko Sylvester about to take that one. Referee will definitely now be keeping a much closer eye on proceedings.
Referee need to speak to both players, take control. I like it, Eli. I like it. Poor penalty, corner kick after all of this.
I actually think Jadel Henry instructed him to put the ball along the ground, but not sure that's the area in which they would have wanted it to be.
But why would you want to put the ball on the ground when you have the advantage in the air?
Again winning the ball back. Central and Pernell William doing well there to regain possession for Central Castries. They should have been on a break with the outlet thrown by Aaron Daniel.
Seem to be a little beef between those two teams. The tackles are coming in. Again, the player not in a dangerous position to say threaten and goal.
A yellow card has come out.
SOUFRIERE defender just clattered into him.
Looks like Wendell Joseph there. He's generally a very cool, calm, collected character, but you can definitely see that incident that happened a little earlier on in the Central Castries box may have rattled him just a little bit.
I'll tell you something, in football, Eli, your emotions shouldn't get the better of you. I know it's an emotional game, but if you look at the top players, they always keep calm and see how best they can make that football work for them. So you take it in, you take the situations in, and you play accordingly. Now it's a free kick situation for Central Castries. Again, he might look for the head of Emery.
And the central defender on a yellow card.
Yeah. Ball comes in.
Heaven sort of just opened up there for here at the Mindu Phillip Park. Rain's coming down. Not heavy, but consistent enough. Lee John there again. Nifty feet there by the player, but not controlled by Shamas Simon of SOUFRIERE.
Here's a situation where we see a counter attack now for Castries. Good shot. Should have done better leaning back. Or probably
Jaquan
playing,
Nelson, I think, there.
Yeah. Not bad at all. You can see the SOUFRIERE players trying to get into the area to create chances, similar to Central Castries as well. So both teams trying to craft a way in and change the scoreline.
End to end.
Yeah.
Wilfred there on the ball there, and a driven shot there by, who was that? I can't really make out the number.
SOUFRIERE playing from the back under the wet conditions. Central Castries not really offering any resistance, no press.
Was Rivaldo Shalma in there that took that shot in anger?
Free kick to Central Castries.
See Nelson there drifting in field again. Sylvester drifting outside of his central berth, and Lee John there trying to get on the end of that, and a strike there. A strike there by Jordan Henry, the captain for SOUFRIERE.
Not bad at all. Trying to hit this one on the up. Good shot, but it would have been very difficult to have that ball on target based upon the height he got it at. But good intention by young Henry.
Just about 3 minutes, 3.5 odd minutes left in regulation time in this first half. Not sure how much the official will add on. There was a couple of stoppages in the first half. Don't normally see a lot of stoppage time placed at the end of the first half. There's one substitution.
Good searching pass there from right back. And the SOUFRIERE team playing from the back, no really pressure from Central Castries. Should have done better with this. They were in full attack. However, the player opting to just keep the ball to himself and just playing off a poor pass. Again, Eli, you see no pressure per se from the Central Castries team. However, they're able to retrieve that ball.
Central Castries, from my observations last season, were not really a team to press too high up the pitch. Sort of preferred that mid-press. I wouldn't say that they would drop off into a low block per se.
So you're basically allowing the team a little more possession, and they can deal with that.
Yeah, allowing the team to come onto them slightly before applying any sort of pressure. Of course, with the pace and finishing of Wilfred, a nice foray into the box there.
That's an interesting tackle there. Eli. I wish you could get to see that replay and look at this on the replay again.
Wow,
touch and go. Touch and go, Eli. However, the referee is signaling get up and play. But touch and go. Touch and go. Should the attacker made some more with it?
Well, taking into consideration the size of the opposing players, was there much more that he could have done? Your guess is as good as mine. John looks like he would have caught Daniel in the face with an errant boot there. Hopefully he's going to be okay. Taking another look at that replay. Critic. Nowhere close to the ball.
I tell you, it's a touch and go situation.
Well, some people will tell you this is nothing new when it comes to Emery Alexander. He gave up a couple of penalties last season as well. Didn't really hurt Central Castries. They came back to win in both of those encounters.
And we have a situation where the goalkeeper is down, but again, communication would be vital in this situation, where the keeper could have, alerted the defender. I didn't see how he got hit.
I think the attacker had every right to go for the ball. I mean, the defender was trying to shepherd Lee John there, and he was trying to get his foot in to try and poke at the ball, but Aaron Daniel dropping onto it and getting hit in the face.
Yeah, but certainly it's a situation you don't want to see the goalkeeper stay down for too long. Because obviously, I think he's gonna be all right.
Of course, if goalkeepers, they always afforded some additional time.
Thank God he's okay. Possession to Central Castries.
Hopefully those of you watching via the live stream would have gotten an opportunity to refresh your drink or to ease yourself if you needed to. It's match 2 of the Semi-Pro Football League, the Premier Division, of course. The first encounter between Dennery and Vayford South ended 2 goals apiece. And this match at the moment is evenly poised.
Good passage of play there by...
Good strike there. Good save by Cleonte Alce.
Good all-around play, Eli's. Central Castries showing that they can contest and move the ball around quickly, which I wanted them to do. I think they were playing a little too slow when they get to the final third of the field. But again, if you just put a little more impetus into it, you can get a situation where a shot on goal. But the goalkeeper for SOUFRIERE really did good. Among some legs, able to make that save. Corner.
Zachary Lariche unleashing that strike there. And
another good save there by SOUFRIERE.
Central Castries ending the first half strongly, almost laying siege to the goal of SOUFRIERE. But SOUFRIERE wins the ball back, but won back by Central Castries. And it's halftime.
Interesting battle between the two. We could call it a battle because clearly the SOUFRIERE team, they were not backing down from challenges, and likewise the Central Castries team. There seem to be two teams who want to go at each other full throttle. So again, it's halftime. Instructions will be given to both teams. Let's see if we can see some goal scoring in the second half.
Feel the thunder of the pitch, the roar of the crowd, and witness the rising of our nation. St. Lucia, this is the Semi-Professional Football League Season 2. 2 epic tournaments, 143 electrifying matches, 10 venues, 1 island, 1 heartbeat. From June to December 2025, 20 district football leagues will face off. Every match is a battle, every goal is a statement, and every fan is part of the legacy. Who will rise to victory? Play your schedule and be part of history. Visit semiprofootballleague.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for full match fixtures, live coverage, updates, and behind-the-scenes access. This is our season where passion lives and purpose leads.
This is a beautiful game and this is what we love.
St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League.
Leveraging football to transform lives.
Dream big, make it your own. Home Sweet gets you any style of home. Be yourself saying home sweet home. With a home sweet mortgage, you are number one. Home sweet, home quest, home flex, home switch. Need a new home, we get it. Home sweet, home quest, home flex, home switch. Act now when you won't regret it. POSL. Bank of St. Lucia's enhanced home sweet mortgages are designed around you. Home Flex, a home equity line of credit. Home Quest, for professionals building new dreams. And Home Switch, time to bring your mortgage home to us. Home Sweet Mortgages, make it your own. Home Sweet, Home Quest, Home Flex, Home Switch. Need a new home, we get it. POSL. For more information, call 456-6999 or go to bankofstlucia.com. POSL.
In the heart of every community lies a dream waiting to come true as a journey begins. We dribble through life's hurdles, breaking down its barriers, looking beyond the horizon. Lessons are learned, friendships are forged, and strength is birthed from within. Beyond tactics and goals, we strive as a team. With discipline and perseverance, we advance. Through every kick, stumble, and victory, our lives are changing, and together we rise.
It's not just a game. Football is our life.
The St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League, leveraging football to transform lives.
This is the Semi-Pro Football League. Feel the passion, feel the vibe. Leveraging football to transform lives.
St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League.
Let's go! One shot to create your greatness. It's your time to make your name. It's more than just a way of life. This is more than just a game. This is one more reason why we unite with each other. So here comes one more season. This is football to unite the world. When we come alive, we just excite the world. Celebrate emotions and ignite the world. Let's make sure everybody knows it's the semi-pro league and this is what we love. Let's go. Oh, 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 this is what we love. Oh, 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 this is what we love. Let's play. Oh, 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 this is what we love. This is a beautiful game and this is what we love.
St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League.
Leveraging football to transform lives.
My journey into business began in one of the hardest moments of my life. In 2020, I lost my job from the hotel industry and my husband was temporarily laid off from his.
As a couple with young kids, at the time, we had to ensure that we had a steady income.
We decided to convert the lower floor of my home into vacation rentals. But we needed support to grow.
The credit union couldn't go any further and financing felt out of reach.
But everything changed when we were introduced to Elite Builders Capital, a product made just for us from Bank of St. Lucia.
With their help, we completed our last 2 units. 2 of our villas were inspired by our kids, Melo for Melody and Samo for Samuel.
Now we have 6 fully furnished villas, ready for more guests.
From the time I knock my knee, I think the eyesight go in.
But what's your knee have to do with your eyes?
Well, that's why I came for a checkup.
Côté Cots Optical, ou pas besoin d'appointment, avec examination yo toujours free. Docteur a bien indiqué un travail. Ou sa joindre lunettes à ce qu'on dit. Avec si on est 4 discount NIC, ou kay joindre 50% discount plus. Changer. Frame pour lunettes ka commencer à $1.
Cots Optical, on jésus moi. Higher purchase là, on jésus nous moi.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Shop with confidence and save big on appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Plus, with Ready Finance, shop today and pay later. No fine print and no tricks. Only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
My name is Roycelyn Terrence and I've been riding for 17 years. What I enjoy most about riding, the adrenaline rush that comes with it. One of the reasons I believe that bikers get into accidents, you get so caught up in enjoying riding that you don't remember it's not only you on the road. A couple years ago, I was in a bike accident, could have lost my life, but luckily for me, I had this helmet. This is what saved my life and this is why I'm here with you today to share this testimonial. I'm telling you to stay safe, be vigilant and wear your helmet.
Feel the thunder of the pitch, the roar of the crowd, and witness the rising of our nation. St. Lucia, this is the Semi-Professional Football League Season 2. 2 epic tournaments, 143 electrifying matches, 10 venues, 1 island, 1 heartbeat. From June to December 2025, 20 district football leagues will face off. Every match is a battle, every goal is a statement, and every fan is is part of the legacy. Who will rise to victory? Play your schedule and be part of history. Visit semiprofootballleague.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for full match fixtures, live coverage, updates, and behind-the-scenes access. This is our season where passion lives and purpose leads.
This is a beautiful game and this is what we love. St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League.
Leveraging football to transform lives.
Dream big, make it your own. Home Sweet gets you any style of home. Be yourself saying home sweet home. With a home sweet mortgage, you are number one. Home Sweet, Home Quest, Home Flex, Home Switch. See that new home, we get it. Home Sweet, Home Quest, Home Flex, Home Switch. Act now and you won't regret it. POSL. Bank of St. Lucia's enhanced home sweet mortgages are designed around you. Home Flex, a home equity line of credit. Home Quest, for professionals building new dreams. And Home Switch, time to bring your mortgage home to us. Home Sweet Mortgages, make it your own. Home Sweet, Home Quest, Home Flex, Home Switch. Need a new home, we get it. POSL. For more information, call 456-6999 or go to bankofstlucia.com. POSL.
In the heart of every community lies a dream waiting to come true as a journey begins. We dribble through life's hurdles, breaking down its barriers, looking beyond the horizon. Lessons are learned, friendships are forged, and strength is birthed from within. Beyond tactics and goals, we strive as a team. With discipline and perseverance, we advance. Through every kick, stumble, and victory, our lives are changing, and together we rise.
It's not just a game. Football is our life.
The St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League, leveraging football to transform lives.
This is the Semi-Pro Football League. Feel the passion, feel the vibe. Leveraging football to transform lives. St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League. Let's go! One shot to create your greatness. It's your time to make your name. It's more than just a way of life. This is more than just a game. This is one more reason why we unite with each other. So here comes one more season. This is football to unite the world. When we come alive, we just excite the world. Celebrate emotions and ignite the world. Let's make sure everybody knows it's the Semi-Pro League and this is what we love. Let's go. Oh, 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 this is what we love. This is what we love. St. Lucia Semi-Pro Football League.
Leveraging football to transform lives.
My journey into business began in one of the hardest moments of my life. In 2020, I lost my job from the hotel industry and my husband was temporarily laid off from his.
As a couple with young kids, at the time, we had to ensure that we had a steady income.
We decided to convert the lower floor of my home into vacation rentals. But we needed support to grow.
The credit union couldn't go any further and financing felt out of reach.
But everything changed when we were introduced to Elite Builders Capital, a product made just for us from Bank of St. Lucia.
With their help, we completed our last 2 units. 2 of our villas were inspired by our kids. Melo for Melody and Samo for Samuel.
Now we have 6 fully furnished villas ready for more guests.
From the time I knock my knee, I think the eyesight go in.
But what's your
Back to live action at the Mindefully Park. Second half action between SOUFRIERE and Central CASTRIES. It is still 0-all between the two. Something certainly got to give. Game got a little feisty in certain parts. Hoping that those teams now can settle down and put passes together and score some goals. Decent crowd amidst the intermittent drizzles at the Mindo Philip Park. Eli, which one is going to go home with 3 points?
I have no idea. What I can tell you is we saw some decent exchanges. Cleonte Alce was called into action at one point in time, had to make a good save. Of course, we also saw Aaron Daniel having to save a snapshot from the boots of Jardel Henry. And of course, SOUFRIERE would have felt that they had a decent shout for a penalty, but wasn't given. So interested in our first half, and in the second half, we have Central CASTRIES decked in blue. They will be kicking towards the road end, and of course, SOUFRIERE in their white tops and black shorts will be kicking towards the river end.
Just a decent attack there by the number 6 for Central CASTRIES. Came in field, and I thought the number 9 would have a snapshot. Again, in football, you have to have chances. But he up to control the football and just actually killed off the attack by Central CASTRIES. And we see a punt by the goalkeeper. Good control.
Aaron Daniel got called to the national team training squad last year. Didn't make the final cut. But he's a goalkeeper who's been growing into his craft. Didn't start off as a goalkeeper, started off as an outfield player. Suffered a horrific leg break, I believe, playing for St. Mary's College. Has recovered from that. Of course, young bones heal better.
Heal quick.
And then he's been plying his trade in goal for Central CASTRIES to good effect.
Seems to be quite comfortable as a goalkeeper. And if you play the outfield, sometimes you have a better grasp of the game. You could read the game. Could give instructions to the other outfielders. So good all-around football skills.
Nathan Lamantine, they're looking like he didn't want much to do with that encounter.
Yeah, it's like, he was literally laboring behind that pass.
That Modest trying to put that one in there and successful, but he's gonna get a throw. He's signaling, gets it to the boot of Zachary Lerish. SOUFRIERE player down there indicating that he felt he was kicked. Kurt Calix there, the right back. The referee indicating that it was the follow-through of Larish that caught Calix. Does it make it hurt any less?
I was trying to wonder who's the referee and who's the player, because the referee already signaled.
Good ball in there by
Clarence. Ball goes out of touch. That would be a throw in.
Nelson put a good ball in there towards the head of Emery Edward.
CASTRIES is still in possession. Good skill there by Henry.
Interestingly enough, Emery Edward now resides in Monrepo. Grew up in Castries though. Actually played 1 year with the Canaries team, but has been back with Central Castries for the last 3 years, captain in the squad.
I think his roots is from Monrepo. His older brother, Peter Wilson, resides in the US, went to Castries Comprehensive in my time, played good football as well, and he lived in Monrepo. So Emery certainly, despite his Castries exploits, but he stays loyal to his roots. Another player down for SOUFRIERE.
Stay right back again. He was the one just complaining about being kicked, Kurt Calix. Looks like as the adrenaline wears off, the pain is really sinking in. As I said, it doesn't hurt any less.
You're correct. The SOUFRIERE team certainly believe in themselves, Eli. You could see them not rattled by Central Castries. They tackle when they have to. They dish out when they're supposed to as well. They have some good knock-ins, some good passage of play as well. And they seem to be very relentless, in their approach. So, nothing to be ashamed of for SOUFRIERE. They're stuck to their battles. And by this, you can get something out of the game.
Well, SOUFRIERE would have won the Black Art tournament as recently as 2023. I think they're missing the captain in the game. That would be Jazani Henry. I think he's known as Vardy.
That's right. I think relative to Jordan, is it?
Not sure. You schooling me on that one.
Yeah, the Henrys come from a good football background in SOUFRIERE. Majority of SOUFRIERE people are related. As well as, other districts. But when you have a Henry in SOUFRIERE, trust me, you have a history in football. There's a chance for Central Castries. Again, we know who they're looking for. Trying to get that ball on Emery's head. Let's see if they're going to take a shot to goal this time. Something different. Something different, but no. Again, the referee trying to explain to the player that he's on to it. He has total command of the game.
SOUFRIERE knocking the ball around there. Financo Sylvester playing that one out to the right flank. Ball goes in, but dealt with by Emery Edward. Central Castries, it's their turn on the ball now. Ball won by SOUFRIERE in a dangerous area.
It's out there to mop up. Good defending there by the SOUFRIERE team. Both teams having their little possession spell.
Jamal Wilfred has not really been in this game much. The number 14 for Central Castries. I believe he may have been the leading goal scorer last season. As you indicated, very pacey character. Very strong on the ball as well, and with a good finish, but as a striker, you must get chances for you to finish.
Ball still able to keep in play, and should be a corner for SOUFRIERE.
Both teams still trying to find their way in this game. It's 0-0 and ball spilled there.
Good shot, Eli on target. See the SOUFRIERE players appealing, trying to get in front of the referee. I don't know what they're appealing for, if it's a handled ball or something.
No, they were asking for a corner.
Corner, okay.
I did see a deflection, but I could not tell you who it went off of. Let's see if we can tell from the replay. And it looks like it should have been. SOUFRIERE again winning the ball back in a dangerous area. Referee says play on. Full-blooded challenges going in there by both teams.
Good searching pass towards the left flank of SOUFRIERE's attack. Henry spreading that ball.
Yeah, Lee John unable to get on the end of that. We've seen him in the middle of some of the good things that SOUFRIERE has been able to do thus far in this game. He may want to improve a little bit on his end product. SOUFRIERE again winning the ball high up the pitch. And at the moment, SOUFRIERE is sort of feeling like all of the decisions are going against them.
Yeah. You see, the surface is very slippery, so your contact in terms of your tackling have to be spot on. Any little late tackle will always be a foul.
Well, by the referee's explanation just a little while ago, he would have felt that he got to the ball first, which is what was said a while ago. That was the explanation given a while ago when Kurt Calix went down. CASTRIES on the ball there. Shaquan Nelson trying to drive his team forward.
Trying his best, actually, to stem an attack for Central CASTRIES.
SOUFRIERE again regaining possession of the football. What a raking cross-field pass. Getting SOUFRIERE into an attacking area immediately and making a foray into the box.
Big time appeal once again.
I may have hit him on the arm, not sure, but from that proximity, I don't think the goalkeeper is going to give a penalty there. Not much you can do in terms of reaction to get your arm out of the way. Of course, if the player was making himself bigger by putting his arms in an unnatural position, it would have probably given the referee a little bit more to think about.
Most definitely. Good deception. But clearly you could see the SOUFRIERE team trying to put on some pressure to Central CASTRIES. Central CASTRIES basically stuck in their half and can't get out.
Yeah, they're playing a high line and kind of looks like Wendell Joseph is sort of man marking on Jamal Wilfred. Of course, Joseph himself is no slouch. He's got the pace to stay with Wilfred if anything were to break.
Again, trying to build an attack on his own, hoping that somebody could get into a position where he could play a pass or a shot on goal.
And Nelson tends to do that. Shaquan Nelson, that is. We saw him try to single-handedly get Central Castries back into that final.
Last season.
Yeah, against Leclerc. Going down to 10 men after going up a goal. Jamal Wilfred scoring for them early on in the first half, and he was also the recipient of that red card as well. For no apparent reason, he picked up that red card because the incident that he was scoring didn't even involve him. SOUFRIERE again winning the ball and playing out from the back. Poor pass there. Not for the first time a player is accusing Pernal William of throwing an elbow. He will tell you that he's just shielding the ball.
Well, that's what he did actually,
Yeah,
and that's how he plays. You see, not every ball that a player can win. So basically what Pernal is doing is putting himself between the player and the ball. So it makes it very difficult for you to get that ball from him. So basically what the player had to do, Eli, was just stay off a little bit, give him a little space and see what he can do. But if you want to, be in close proximity, you might just get that little elbow or that little hand in the face. Possession now goes to SOUFRIERE.
SOUFRIERE just getting a little sloppy there with their passing. In between there was a substitution. I believe Zachary Lariche was the one replaced. Not sure as to... We'll verify the player that just came in.
Yeah, the tempo of this game is certainly changing every now and then, Eli. I'm trying to remember if there was a rivalry or some way that SOUFRIERE and Central Castries, if ever there was a battle. I don't think those two teams like each other and they're going at it.
Well, there's one now.
Definitely.
There wasn't one before, there's one now. I believe the saying is, no love lost.
Mm-hmm.
Good ball there. Substitute just coming in, trying to make an impact. So the good ball in there for Wilfred, Jamal Wilfred. He's staying on his feet, the number 14. And
he really tried to see if he could, make something out of it, Eli. But the ball just wouldn't fall right for him.
He's a very powerful striker. Funny enough, his surname is Wilfred, and he sort of reminds me of Wilfred Boney. Similar stature, powerful striker. Has a lot more pace, though.
Yeah. There was a famous song as well, Come on, Wilfred Boney, score a goal for Swansea. You go well. Yeah, you remember that? He scored loads of goals for Swansea until when he was transferred to Manchester City. I don't think we ever heard about Wilfred Boney anymore. The crowd certainly is getting into it, Eli. Remember you had a Phillip Park and they were noted for that. They will raise the temperature. They will try to send up some energy to the players.
Nice little crowd there on a Sunday evening as well. These days, I believe FIFA trying to crack down on goalkeepers wasting time. They've upped the possession time for the goalkeeper to restart the play from 6 to 8 seconds, but previously the 6 seconds wasn't really enforced. So they're looking to clamp down on it now and
Or the corner to the opposition.
Kurt Calix appears to be down again. Kicks off his boot in frustration.
Kurt Calix needs to get on with it. You play in a contact sport, my brother. And there's always this one player who takes a lot of stick for the team. See an indication of a substitution. Stopping play, receiving attention. It'll be all right. Throw in for Central Castries. Player straying outside.
Yes, Shaquan Nelson again.
Good line there by the defense of SOUFRIERE.
So about 21 minutes of regulation time left, and of course, the official will be tagging on some additional minutes for stoppage time.
You think Central Castries would have been disappointed, not able to get on the score sheet so far, and similar to SOUFRIERE?
I think SOUFRIERE might feel a little bit more aggrieved. I think that first half shout for a penalty, I think, was a pretty good shout. And the fact that they sort of feel like all of the calls are going against them, they might feel a little bit more grieved. Central Castries has not really built up any sustained attacking play. They've looked like they've wanted to do something maybe from a set piece. But again, their striker, now he's on the ball, Jamal Wilfred, he's not been able to get into the game. And that in itself is a telling sign of, the struggles of Central Castries going forward.
I don't think the Central Castries attack, it lacks fluency. You know, I'm trying to pinpoint and say, well, they're trying to be all over. It's all wise and well to have movement, but you must be organized in the final third, and I think that's what Central Castries is lacking. We see players all over, but when the time approaches, Eli, where you expect a player to be in a certain position, he's not there. Similar, you just mentioned the number 14. He's been playing all over, but you want him in a focal point to take a decent shot, and that this has not happened.
Good stop there by Emery. Edward, he needed to stop that ball.
Oh, yes. Should be a throw-in to SOUFRIERE.
It's a free kick, actually.
A free kick, actually, yeah. A foul.
Foul called.
And we know the pillars, the trees that SOUFRIERE have in there. Lots of height.
Well, from that left flank, I would have thought that Jardel Henry would have taken that free kick. We know he has a very cultured left foot, but he's gone all the way to the edge of the box. That's
He's too far.
very odd there.
He's too far.
Critic with his height. If you're going into the box, I would assume you'd want to be somewhere in and around the penalty spot, but it looks like he's going to run in. He's going to take a running start.
Yeah, but I think he went a bit too far. Sort of like a decoy, it looked like.
Yeah, he's way out of the game there, though. Shot there by him. Fortuitous, the ball coming to his feet on the right flank. Of course, he's the left fullback for SOUFRIERE. Adventurous. With Calix there winning the ball back for SOUFRIERE. And SOUFRIERE trying to knit something, stitch something together.
Not bad at all.
Kind of feel like the game is just losing its momentum a little bit.
Yeah,
Very start-stop.
Yeah, that is because the midfield for Central Castries have stopped functioning. You're not seeing the influence of Pernal in the game anymore. It's basically getting the ball to the flank and trying to see how best they can outpace the defenders. Rather than, as I say so, Harris Pernal with a little touch, good tackle in there.
That's the Marsha faithful for you. Very engrossed in the encounter. If the players are not going to make a game of it, the crowd sure will.
Definitely. That's the main Philip Park for you. Now there is an interesting situation right now. A free kick again. You see the exploits of Emery come forward.
That's where Central Castries have looked most dangerous. Like they would like to do something when it comes to
But still,
set pieces.
SOUFRIERE can match Emery's height with some free players, or even four. Another free kick for Central Castries. Emery will stay in his position and hope he can fall for him.
Yeah, good Calix there.
Good defending. Had this ball in control all the way through.
Yeah, and he's been in the wars for SOUFRIERE.
Substitute willing to take this one. See if they can, put it in an area of danger. Let's see what happens with this one, Eli. Should they go first pole? Should they go to the back pole? Play it along the ground? Some trickery?
I'm watching the tussle between Jardel Henry and Emery Edward on the back stick right now.
First pole, elected to go to the first pole, but the player in itself wasn't ready for that, Eli.
I was wondering who had who. Was it the ball heading him or was it he heading the ball? It looks like the ball just came into contact with his head.
No, but you see, it can work because remember the attention was on Emery. So he went to the first pole, but the player wasn't ready for that.
The heavens have opened up again. Well marshaled by the captain for Central CASTRIES. About 13 minutes left in regulation, Critic.
We're going to see a stalemate. So throwing now to Central CASTRIES. I think the official have handled it pretty much. Yeah, that card was coming. He seems to get, overzealous while the game is going on. So that card was coming.
If this is a yellow card for, it's for Jardel Henry. I thought it was coming the way of Wendell Joseph. It would have been a second.
I wouldn't be surprised, Eli, because like I said, if you look at how he plays, he's a very good player. But at some point in the exchange, he loses focus on playing rather than getting involved in those little silly tactics, silly antics here and there.
Speaking about Joseph?
Yes.
The number 17?
No, number 6.
Oh, that's
for SOUFRIERE. He's a good player. Yeah. But every time I watch him play, he always gets involved in those little antics.
Good ball in there. And Joseph doing very well to get his head to that.
That is what should have been happening ever since, where Pernal should be the one orchestrating those free kicks because he has the experience. He can put that ball in the correct areas. I think that's what he may have just told himself now, that he can at least try to bring his team some victory.
Dangerous ball in there.
There you have it, Eli.
Dangerous
there you have
ball
it, Eli.
put
Just
in
like
there.
I told you.
And it looks like it scored directly from the corner. I know a SOUFRIERE player got his foot to it, but I think he was already past the goal line.
Eli, I just mentioned to you that he should be the one doing this, and as a result of that, Pernal has stamped and scored a very good goal because he carries the experience. And if my memory serves me right, I think he may have scored a goal like this for St. Lucia against Haiti. in Martinique, if my memory serves me right. I don't know what the SOUFRIERE guys are debating, but clearly it's a situation where that ball went straight into the net.
The goalkeeper for SOUFRIERE, Cleonte Alce, looks like he's in some discomfort. I think I see the magic spray coming out.
Yeah, he'll be all right. The goalkeepers are normally brave and strong. He may have just got a blow to his thigh area. Again, you could see how dejected the SOUFRIERE players look. Taking the case to the official, the man in the middle. But again, you have AR1, AR2, so nobody really, if ever there was a situation.
Hopefully we can see a replay of that goal. See if there was anything there. Oh, I believe it's his own player, Wendell Joseph, who may have landed on his leg in a very awkward manner. Indeed.
Yeah, it was indeed his own player. Yeah. This happens. It's sort of a melee in goal, but good free kick by Pernal Williams. He needs to take more charge. He needs to take more responsibility in the encounter. And I think that's what Central CASTRIES literally brought him in for those moments.
Yeah, you have to say well done by the referee as well. There was a lot going on in the penalty area.
Well. I'm very much impressed. He has handled the game well.
The number 11 for Central CASTRIES needs to be careful. He got carded a while ago and just tugged at the SOUFRIERE player there. Probably if he went down, would have given the referee something to think about.
And there you go. So this is the situation now where the Central CASTRIES players just need to keep their head. Just keep cool. That's all right. Just keep cool. You will get this situation because the SOUFRIERE players want to get back and see if they could score one within the time. So this is where you show your composure and your experience. Yeah, the tackles will be coming in.
I think SOUFRIERE will probably feel a little frustrated as well. So you add that to the fact that they down a goal, and that might increase the level of aggression exponentially. And there you go, another foul committed by SOUFRIERE.
That's all you have to do now if you're Central CASTRIES. Just put yourself between player and ball. The contact will come. Just stay strong. There you have it. SOUFRIERE would be mad against themselves. They really tried. Really, really tried. I remember, Eli, when we watched Marchand, I made mention that teams need to have someone who could score goals up top for them. And I'm seeing a similar situation in SOUFRIERE as well. They play as well, but you need this out-and-out scorer up top. Slice at this one, had luck on this one. And this is what you need, Eli, because remember, the game is won in boxes. And so far, you made mention of the number 14 for Central CASTRIES, who scored loads of goals last season. But we need to see an out-and-out goal scorer. And let's remember, that's what Marshall has with Lincoln. So similar to the SOUFRIERE team, as much as they play, I haven't seen that individual up top who's dangerous.
Yeah. Did make mention that they're missing Vardy, Jazani, Henry, who would be their talisman up front. Oh, just gifting the ball to Central CASTRIES, and what a strike there! Jardel in the right place at the right time, because that one was fizzed down to the goal there.
Good shot. The defender did well as to get into the area as well, but good shot. The attack there by SOUFRIERE, taking on the players. Ball comes into the area.
Oh!
SOUFRIERE still in control.
We hadn't seen Lee John involved in the game for a little bit, and he announced himself there with a cameo into the box, but oh, good stop there by the goalkeeper, but the rebound coming back to Central CASTRIES, and Central CASTRIES 2-0.
That was the dagger. You call this one, Eli. But good work. Good work by the youngster on the left side coming up. Putting that ball across. Should have had a better shot. Goalkeeper was able to fend off. But the ball fell true for him on second attempt. Piercing through. Very good shot there. Good goal as well. Making it 2-0 in favor of Central CASTRIES.
Bakalan John there.
The substitute, right?
Substitute wearing the number 11. Just moments ago, he was
on the cusp.
On the cusp of getting a second yellow card. Not sure what just happened there, but it looks like one of the Central CASTRIES players is down.
I think it is during the celebration. He may have just,
Chakwan Nelson, it is. He's up.
Yeah. But he did some tremendous work on the left side, taking on the defenders, getting past 2 or 3, and then cutting that ball back in a good area. Goalkeeper doing good enough. Defenders not in position to help. And with a fierce shot, substitute was able to score for Central CASTRIES.
On the balance of play, I think SOUFRIERE would be disappointed. But as you say, goals win matches. And Central CASTRIES being able to put them away when they really needed them. 2 goals coming in the second half.
Funny old game, Eli. A while ago we were begging for goals. We also made mention of a stalemate. And here we are. Central CASTRIES leading 2-0.
What I can say about that is Sunday lunch is never supposed to be stale. or dinner.
Or served cold. Well, interesting enough, the West Coast Road is in top condition. So SOUFRIERE should be getting home smooth.
not going to be the one to make an enemy out of the SOUFRIERE.
Oh no, they understand.
People following on
they understand. I mean, this is
on their live stream.
This is football. You know, they understand. Nothing personal.
SOUFRIERE looking for an opportunity to try to get back into the game. We're already into the 90th minute. Let's see. Looks like 3 minutes of added on time. Critics for the number of stoppages.
Well, listen, the stoppages were here, there, but good enough. Good recovery there by SOUFRIERE. 14 shows a little wariness. It seems like the SOUFRIERE players are really tired. One or two having their hands on their waist.
Raheem Lionel on the left flank there for Central CASTRIES. Winning them a corner. Messiah Pinel in the game now, number 16 for Central CASTRIES.
And number 4 getting in the same position earlier, Eli, doing the same thing. Comes to the first pool. And not able to, not even get it on target. Anyhow, they lead 2-0. SOUFRIERE still continue to make passes despite the scoreline.
It looks like this one may just end up 2-0. I don't think there's much time left of the 3 minutes of stoppage time, despite the fact that there have been 2 substitutions made within that span.
Like you mentioned, Eli, those games yesterday we're going to be played this Tuesday.
That's correct, right here at the Mbindu Phillip Park. And that would be Mabuya Valley versus Choiseul, followed by Leclerc versus Canaries. And that would be in
It'll be the opener for those teams, right?
7 and 9 p.m. Correct.
Yeah.
Which would mark the end of the first round of fixtures.
Leclerc as defending champions would want to, of course, get their shoe in after seeing all those other teams play.
And that's the final whistle there. Despite the animosity during the game, it's all love at the end of the game between SOUFRIERE and Central Castries. What do you want to see? Sportsmanship coming out in the end there after a very hard-fought fixture. 2-0 Central Castries against SOUFRIERE. SOUFRIERE would feel a little hard done. Central Castries will tell you it's a deserved win.
Yeah, hard-fought victory there for Central Castries. SOUFRIERE not making it easy for them. The Central Castries team basically taking their chances. And it's a game that you really want to open your season with to see where you're at in terms of fitness, in terms of mentality. So clearly the Central Castries team will go back to camp and see what areas they need to improve on, but a good result to take home.
Well, definitely a good weekend of matches right here at the Mindo Phillip Park. Elijah Williams and Tennyson Glasgow, we are signing out. Until next time, stay safe.